Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I wanted to come in today and talk about an amazing remedy that is, I think, very underused and has thousands and thousands of years of history backing up its amazing healing properties. And that healing remedy is castor oil packs. Castor oil packs are world renowned for their powerful detoxification properties and cleansing properties. Castor oil packs soften what's hard and draw it out. So they're really good when there's stagnation to get things moving, when there's buildup, blockages. And we can think of whenever there's pain in the body, there's stagnation there. So that's a powerful indicator. If you're experiencing pain in any area, there's some kind of stagnation happening in that area. So castor oil packs have been proven to relieve both pain and inflammation through this action, through this cleansing and detoxification action of getting things moving. They increase circulation to whatever area they're placed upon. And that's another really cool thing about them, is that you can target a specific area in the body because the castor oil works topically. So, and like I said, they've been used all over the globe for healing. Egypt, India, Asia, the Americas, everywhere has a history of use with castor oil packs. They're really affordable and you can make them at home. You just need a few very basic supplies: the actual castor oil, a wool flannel, and a hot water bottle, and then just some old towels from around your house and a plastic bag. And I'll break down, after I talk a little bit about the benefits, I'll break down how you can make a castor oil pack. But all those supplies, pretty cheap. You can get them at a local pharmacy or health food store. They usually sell the organic wool or organic cotton flannel right next to where the castor oil is sold, so just look for it there. And hot water bottle, just those pink plastic hot water bottle things. Let me actually grab mine. Sorry, I meant to have all this set up with me. I forgot. Here's the hot water bottle. Here is the wool flannel and castor oil. And I got these at my local health food store. So topically, the castor oil relaxes muscle tissue and it increases circulation to whatever area you're putting it on. And the many benefits of doing that to a problem area include pain relief, anti-inflammatory, increases circulation. Castor oil stimulates intestinal contraction. So really good if there's constipation, long-term constipation, or, just a more acute thing where you maybe ate foods you normally don't digest well and wouldn't have eaten, but you indulged and things are feeling kind of stuck. They also stimulate uterine contraction. So this is good for folks who've got painful periods like blockages, stagnation there in the uterus area. They are contraindicated in pregnancy because they have this really stimulating effect on uterine contractions. Castor oil packs also are going to stimulate lymph flow. So that's going to help boost your immunity. And they encourage damaged tissues to repair. Also really great for like scar tissue, if you've got any of that, to get that moving. So if you struggle with constipation, inflammatory conditions, scar tissue, joint pain, stagnation or blockages, liver toxicity, painful periods, ovarian cysts, fibroids, endometriosis, pelvic pain, menstrual cramps, any of these things, castor oil packs can potentially bring you relief in those areas. So, you know, as with any home remedy, of course, you're going to want to talk to your doctor or health practitioner to make sure that it's a good fit for you. I'm talking very general here on how castor oil packs are used and what they can be used for, but you'll want to make sure that it's a good fit for you. Like I said, they're not appropriate if you're pregnant, if you are actually menstruating, because they're going to encourage too much blood flow. If you're struggling with an autoimmune disorder, check with your practitioner to make sure it's going to be a good fit. If you're already in the midst of detoxing from mold or, you know, doing some kind of a cleanse, castor oil packs can really get the detox process going. And so you want to be prepared for that and make sure that that's appropriate for you. The first time I did one, it really knocked my socks off. And for that day and the following day, I was pretty dazed and out of it. Like thankfully it was, I had the day off because I can't imagine if I had to like jump into work and function. So you want to give yourself that time and space, especially the first time you do it, that you might just need to really relax after. So they're super easy to do. The biggest challenge a lot of people find is finding the time to do it or making the time to do it, because ideally you want to lay with the castor oil pack on the affected area for 30 to 90 minutes. And so, you know, especially if you're doing it on your pelvis area, you can't really do much else but just lay down. I like to do them in the evening before bed. I find that they're very relaxing, and it's kind of like a natural progression to just go right to sleep after. But it's also kind of the time of day where I want to be the most still and settled. So that's my recommendation, to kind of make a date with yourself for an hour or two before bed to do the castor oil pack. And really try to like set the stage for yourself. Put on some relaxing music, maybe light some candles, maybe, you know, diffuse some of your favorite essential oils, whatever you can do to just create a space of soothing and relaxation. And so how you do it, like I said, you're gonna need these supplies: hot water bottle, flannel, castor oil, all should be able to get at the local health food store. I like to use, I like to put down an old like beach towel underneath me just in case any of the oil leaks, or, you know, you have it on my hands or anything, to protect my sheets. I usually do it in my bed. And then you'll just want like a plastic bag, any, you know, plastic shopping bag or grocery bag. And then I use a smaller like kitchen towel size towel to put as a layer between the actual hot water bottle and the plastic bag. So that's the supplies. And then to do the castor oil pack, you're gonna wanna, before you rub any kind of oil all over your whole body or apply it to a large area, you wanna just do a little spot test and make sure that you don't have any kind of reaction to the castor oil. So just, you know, test it on your arm and leave it for an hour and just make sure you're all good with that. And then when it's time to do the actual pack, you're gonna cut a piece of this flannel to cover the size of the affected area, the area that you want to do the castor oil pack on. They're usually like these pretty big, this one's been cut several times, but they're usually a pretty big sheet of flannel. So you'll cut it to the right size for the area, and then you'll get it moist with the castor oil. You can just squirt the oil all over the piece of cloth. You can, if you want, warm the oil a little bit. The castor oil is very thick. So if you warm it, it'll kind of thin it a little bit, but it gets hot really quick. And so you want to be careful not to burn your skin. So if you are warming it, you want to do it, you know, very gently and keep it at a very low temperature and make sure it's not too hot before you put it on your skin. But the point is, this doesn't need to be like dripping wet with castor oil. It just needs to be moistened with it. And so just doing the oil without heating it is fast and easy. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little more decadent, I might warm the oil up and then make sure it's cool enough to apply it to the area. Then you're gonna wanna boil enough water to fill your hot water bottle. And so get that going. And then, and so actually I'll do that while I'm cutting the piece of flannel. I'll get the water boiling. Then I'll apply either the warm or the room temperature castor oil onto the flannel. Make sure it's a good temperature to go against my skin for a while. Place the flannel, the oiled flannel, over the area that's affected. And then on top of the flannel, you'll want to put a plastic bag to just kind of keep the oil contained. You could also do saran wrap around your waist, whatever works for you. I usually just use an old grocery bag. Lay that on top of the flannel. Then on top of the grocery bag, you'll put your kitchen-sized towel as a barrier so that the hot water bottle won't melt the plastic bag, and the hot water bottle will probably be too hot to have. You'll want the towel boundary to temper that heat a little bit. So you'll put the kitchen towel on top of the plastic bag, and then the hot water bottle on top of that. Then you just get comfy and relax for the next 30 to 90 minutes. If you're just starting with the pack, I'd recommend starting with 30 minutes, just to kind of ease into it, and then work your way up to 90. Depending on the area that you're doing it over, if you're doing it like over the liver for liver cleansing, you'll want to keep it at a shorter time. Like 30 minutes is probably the most you'd want to do it at. If you're doing it over the womb area for constipation or painful periods or fibroids, of course you're going to want to make sure that whatever lumps, masses, growths you're dealing with are benign, and that you've got the okay from your doctor to try doing castor oil packs. We would never want to do a castor oil pack on a cancerous tumor because it's going to encourage that to spread. So you want to make sure that it's going to be appropriate for whatever stagnation you're working with. Then you'll lay with the castor oil pack on for anywhere up to 90 minutes. And then once that time passes, at some point you might remove that kitchen towel and just put the hot water bottle closer to the skin as it cools down. But after that, then you might wash off your wherever the skin that has had the oil on it. Sometimes the oil just kind of absorbs in like moisturizer, and you don't need to do a lot of cleaning there. Whatever you're comfortable with. Throw out the flannel and the plastic bag after use. You can't really use them again, unfortunately. And there you go. And so you can do these as often as daily. For somebody that's had painful periods for a long time, we would probably recommend that they do it daily, or as close to daily as possible for about 3 months, except for when they're actually menstruating. And the first few periods might be a little more painful and intense than usual because all this stuff is cleansing and moving out of the body. But then a lot of women notice that their periods get significantly less painful and intense after they've had that cleansing. Definitely, like I said, always consult with your practitioner to find the best protocol that's, appropriate for you and what you've got going on. Leave any questions you have in the comments below. Always a pleasure to be with you here. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.